Hi, my name is Varun Upadhyay and my group is Group 9. Today I'll be presenting VPN and the types of security. Virtual Private Networks, also known as VPNs. So, what are they? VPNs are basically overlay networks on top of public networks, but they have the properties of a private network. They're called virtual because they're merely an illusion. Now, a common design of a VPN is basically to equip each office with a firewall and create tunnels through the internet. The tunnels can be set up on demand, and an example of this is a computer of an employee who's at home or traveling. As long as he has an internet connection, a VPN can be set up there. When the system is brought up, each pair of firewalls has to negotiate the parameters of its SA. If IPsec is used for tunneling, it is possible to aggregate all traffic between any two pairs of offices onto a single, authenticated, encrypted SA. What are the advantages to a VPN? A key advantage to a VPN is that it's completely transparent to all user softwares. The firewalls sets up and manages the SAs. The only person to ever even be aware of this setup is the system administrator, who has to configure and manage the security gateways, or the ISP administrator, who has to configure the MPLS paths. To everyone else, it is like having a leased line private network again. In the figure below, you can see a figure labeled A and figure labeled B. Figure A depicts a virtual private network, or VPN, and the figure labeled B depicts a topology as seen from the inside. Let's take a deeper dive into security. WEP. WEP. What is WEP, you ask? WEP was the first generation to WPA2. The only reason WPA2 was created was because WEP failed in two places. The first one was that the weak keying arrangements meant that the output was often reused. This led to trivial ways to defeat it. And the second reason was that it was based on the 32 CRC, which is efficient at detecting and transmitting errors, but not cryptographically strong mechanism for defeating attackers. Now, the areas that WEP failed are the area that WPA2 has improved on, or the 802.11 system. What is the 802.11 system? WPA2 is a data link level security protocol for preventing a wireless node from reading or interacting with messages sent between other wireless nodes. There are two settings where it's usually used. One is a corporate setting. In a corporate setting, when WPA2 gets used by a company, the company has separate authentications. Clients use standard protocols to authenticate themselves to the network. The main standards are 1. The 802.1x, which the access point lets the client carry on a dialogue with the authentication servers and observes the results. The second one is the EAP, Extensible Authentication Protocol, which tells how the client and the authentication server interact. The other place where WPA2 is used are small businesses and homes where no authentication is required. They're typically less secure, but not too less secure. The main difference is that with an authentication server, each client gets a key for encrypting traffic that is known by the other client. With a single shared password, different keys are derived for each client, but all clients have the same password and can derive each other's keys if they want to. Finally, let's talk about Bluetooth security. Unlike a wireless security, the range of a Bluetooth security is way less. So therefore, a person parking a car nearby and trying to hack into the frequency cannot, because the range is so short. Bluetooth provides security in multiple layers. In the physical layer, frequency hopping provides little security. But since any Bluetooth device that moves into a piconet must be told the frequency hopping sequence, this sequence is obviously not a secret. But the real security starts when the newly arrived slave asks for a channel with the master. Before Bluetooth 2.1, two devices were assumed to share a secret key set up in advance, usually by the manufacturer. In some cases, both are hardwired by the manufacturer. What are some security issues for Bluetooth security? Well, Bluetooth authenticates only devices, not users, so theft of a Bluetooth device may give the thief access to the user's financial and other accounts. This is why Bluetooth security also has issues, but also has its own benefits.